Hello pals and gentlemen, I'm www and thank you for stepping by in this video. Many of you have requested me to make another Waluigi Super Mario 64DS video since it's a long time I made one. I decided that, alright, I'll give it to you, and here you go. So what I've simply done is that I've collected every evidence, every theory, every clue, and everything with Waluigi stuff together in one video right here. And I decided to bring it to you guys, so let's just bring on with the video. So let me start off by explaining how this theory was brought back to life. And it actually happened to me, because a few years ago on April 1st, I uploaded a fake Waluigi picture of was made by me in Photoshop, just to have a good laugh, and the day after I told everyone that there was an April Fool and that everything was fake. However, the day after I got a message from an unknown person. His name was Arceus2401, and he told me that he had unlocked Waluigi, like many others have said. I told him that, okay, give me evidence and I'll believe you. Of course I was expecting an answer like, I don't have a camera, my camera is broken, my DS is broken, I don't know where my DS is, and I don't know where to upload pictures. But what he said was unexpected, because he's told me that, alright, I'll give you pictures, just tell me how to do it. So I just simply told him about the webpage he could upload pictures to, and a few hours later I got a message from him with 8 different download links. And all of them led to a picture each. I was very excited to look at the pictures, and to my surprise, every single one of them looked extremely real. Simply because they were not just taking screen pictures of an emulator of on a PC, no, they were actually taking pictures of the DS itself with a bad quality camera, and it's not just taking a picture of Waluigi and paste it over on the screen. No, 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 no. You need some serious skills if you're gonna fake this, because you have to match the quality with the picture of Waluigi with the picture itself, and the qualities, they match perfectly. So, and there's no action replay code to have Waluigi in the game. So I'm very curious here. I thought that, okay, this has to be real. So I started talking more to him, and apparently he was not from England or America, because his English wasn't very perfect. And I looked at his channel, he's apparently either French or Spanish. But anyway, I continued talking to him and asked him if he could tell me how he unlocked Waluigi. And the steps that he told me was to, first of all, get all 150 stars. And by the way, I'm showing all of the pictures that he sent me on the screen right now as a slideshow. Yeah, first he told me to get all 150 stars, of course. And then you have to go and choose Wario and go into Snowman's land. You have to go up to the snowman and let him blow off your cap, but don't put it back on. Then you have to quit the level and go and select Luigi and go into the mirror room. There we'll find 4 power flowers, as you know, since you need them to get into Wario's portrait. However, there's 2 power flowers on one side of the mirror, and of course those 2 are reflecting inside the mirror, so there are 4 power flowers you can take inside that room when you are Luigi. And what he told me that is that you have to take the power flowers in an upside down L order. And if you didn't know, the upside down L is Waluigi's mark, like Wario has a W, Mario an M, and Luigi an L. You have to take them in an upside down L direction, and after you've done that, just jump into Wario's portrait. And this is where the tricky part starts. What you actually have to do is collect every single coin in that Wario level. That means that if you miss a coin on the slide at first, you have to restart the whole thing. And you have to collect every single red coin, every single yellow coin, and yeah, every single coin from the snowman, every single coin in like the air area where you're blown up and fall down into the water pool. You have to collect every single coin. After you've done that, you should have a total of 79 coins. And when you have that, you should find Wario's cap inside of that level, put it on, turn into Wario, and then jump down to the boss with his cheap chili. After you jump down there, he will say the normal thing that he saw a guy like you, and he looks a lot like you, which is because he has locked down Wario and he sees Wario in front of him, which he thinks is weird. But anyway, what Arceus2401 told me is that do not defeat Cheap Chili, just put him into water 2 times, but not the 3rd time, because then you will defeat him. But after you punched him in the water 2 times, then just keep punching him and keep kicking him, but don't into the water, because then you'll defeat him, yeah? But just keep punching him, keep kicking him, and eventually he will start losing coins. He will start to drop coins from 1 coin to 3 coins at a time. and after you got 100 coins, he said, then he will drop a red mushroom, which will turn you big, you know? I thought, okay, this has to be bullshit, I mean. And then you have to turn big when you grab the mushroom, and then you have to defeat him as Big Wario. You have to defeat him while you're big. And I thought that, okay, this couldn't be real, I mean. But he had these pictures that looked so real, so I couldn't just let go of it. And after you done that, he said, then it started to be a little confusing, because then he said that he waited a few hours and he didn't really know what to do, and he just played the level in tick-tock clock and did a star there. He played some Pokemon Pearl, and when he came back he just went to the white room to get the star there, but then he noticed that Waluigi's door was in there. So the theories are that either you have to wait a few hours, maybe you have to just stand still, maybe you have to be in sleep mode, maybe you have to turn the whole DS off, maybe just leave it on, stand still, maybe you have to take a star and tick-tock clock. We don't really know, and we don't know if this is real either, but we've tried everything, we tried so much, but we just simply can't, we simply can't make the door appear. Every one of us has made a red mushroom appear though, even myself, but it didn't appear at exactly 100 coins, but it appeared from around 100 coins to 110 coins. At my first try I got the red mushroom when I had 110 coins in total. The next time I got that 107 or something, so it's a bit random. But that part worked, definitely. But moving on with the theory, he said that after you go inside that Waluigi door, you would end up in the so-called negative world, and you would end up in the mirror room again, where, of course, everything is negative. So then we went out to the hallway when you walk out of the mirror room, you get out of the hallway, you know? And with the staircase that leads up to the final floor where tick-tock clock is, at the bottom of that staircase, there's normally a picture of a blue sky, but then he said that that picture was now replaced with Waluigi's portrait. He jumped into that window, as Luigi of course, since you have to be Luigi to get into the white room, and he got into the negative level, and he grabbed the Waluigi hat before he jumped into a hole where the boss was. The boss was a big piranha plant, as you can see on the screen right now, and as you can see, it isn't just a normal negative picture, because the colors would be a little different. It was just like, you can do it in Microsoft Paint, you can just select the whole pictures and select inverted colors, but then it would look differently. This is a more twisted version of negative colors. And I started thinking about, okay, where can you, if this was fake, where could you get the model for the piranha plant? The first thing I thought of was Mario Party DS, because the piranha plant is a boss there, but I didn't really see, we don't really see the piranha plant at that angel in that game, so I started to think, okay, this has to be real, you know, and it looks extremely real as well. It would be extremely hard to fake this. As I said, you have to match the quality with the crappy camera I had and the screen from the DS and the lighting that comes from the lightnings in the ceiling. So either this is fake or he is a very good photoshopper. But anyway, he said that after you beat the piranha plant, he would give you the Waluigi key, and you go into the white room. Oh, not the white room, I mean the white door in the character selection room, and that white door would now be purple with an upside down L above it. And people say that, hey, that can't be the Waluigi door because it's a star in there. But you don't really need that white door anymore, since you have to have all 150 stars in order to do this theory. And then you don't really need a white door anymore, yeah? And that means that the Waluigi door can actually be the white door. And that is the theory. Now, I tried this myself and I said it didn't work. Many people tried, it didn't work. Now, since this didn't work, I started to talk to him again and ask him, what did I do wrong? He just told me that you have to wait a few hours, and it wasn't very good in English, as I said, so it sometimes was hard to understand what it just said. But I got the meaning, I got the whole meaning, so... But I just still couldn't get it to work, you know? And I got really frustrated because this has to be real, I thought. I made a video of it because he asked me to make a video, and he was proud of the video, he said. He thought the video was good. He said thank you, and I kept asking what I did wrong, and he just kept giving me theories on what he thought was wrong. But one day when I was sending him a message, he didn't answer, and it went many days, and he didn't answer, and I went to his channel, and his last activity date stayed at 1 day, and he just disappeared from YouTube. It disappeared for a year, or maybe 2 years, I can't remember. I think it disappeared for 2 years, and we lost contact with him. But one day he just reappeared at YouTube. He said that his last activity date was somewhere in the autumn of 2012. So I tried sending him a message, but he didn't answer, and he disappeared from YouTube again. And now he's gone as well. So I don't know what happened to him. Who is this guy actually? And maybe he has some schoolwork, maybe he's at college, who knows? Maybe he's very busy for the time, but who is he? It's very mysterious, you know? A random guy tried to send me a message, he gave me that theory, he gave me those pictures. That's the first person who has actually given me real evidence. Because if people tell me that they have unlocked him, they either say that their camera is broken or something, or they simply don't answer. But this guy sent me pictures like that, and this is the best evidence we got from Waluigi so far, and so I just can't let go of him. So moving on to the second part of this video, theories. Now there are some theories why this theory doesn't work. Of course there are some people that claim that this theory works and they've unlocked him, but of course, no evidence. Arceus2401 is the only person who has given me real evidence. But anyway, there are some theories around this that, well, this theory does actually work, but only in either the Japanese version or maybe the Spanish version or something of the game that he apparently owned. And some people said that they have downloaded the Japanese version on an emulator on the PC, but it didn't work either. So there's some theories around here. Maybe maybe this does work. Maybe it had a beta version or maybe some special version of the game. How can I know? I mean, it looks so real. Like, yeah, you know. Now there are tons of other theories out there that claims how to unlock Waluigi. Like one of them, the most popular one perhaps, is that you have to have all 150 stars and all minigames unlocked, and then you have to get a total of 2,401 coins, which is like the secret number in Mario 64 and Mario 64DS, which is apparently what it says on the mysterious star plaque in the Peach courtyard. You have to get a total of that, and after you've done that you have to lose the cap with all 3 heroes in specific areas or specific levels. Then you have to be Yoshi and go to the castle courtyard. The star statue will now be replaced with a question mark box. When you hit it, a Waluigi cap will appear, and when you grab it you have to go up to the mirror room, grab a power flower, which apparently is there. Waluigi will then be available to see hidden things in the castle. He will see a hole in the roof, and you jump up that hole and you will end up with the cannon outside of the castle. And you have to shoot yourself to the Peach portrait, you know, about the door. And a message will appear that you need 151 stars to enter the secret door. Then you have to go and get another power flower and go to the castle courtyard. You will see that the star statue is replaced with a real star. You grab it, get 151 stars, get back, shoot yourself in the Peach portrait, and you will end up in the secret room. You will see a Waluigi portrait, you jump inside, you beat the piranha plant, and boya! You unlocked Waluigi. That's the theory. Another theory is that you have to have all 151 stars, you have to get to the roof as Mario, get the wing cap, go into the cannon, shoot yourself towards the 2-dimensional black box that you can only see on the level select screen but not in the game itself. And if you hit that exact right spot, you will break it, and the Peach portrait will actually disappear and a room will appear behind it. Whoa! And you go into the cannon, shoot yourself in, and a chest will be there with a Waluigi key on it, and you will grab it and you open up the chest and a message will appear that you have unlocked Waluigi. Whoa! So these are all, yeah, different ways to unlock him, but of course there are no proof, there are no evidence. Also there exist many pictures of Waluigi out there that apparently is fake. You can clearly see they're fake. Some of them are just made in Microsoft Paint, I believe, because they're so obviously fake. I'll show some of them to you right here. As you can see at this one, you can see that this is a picture of that blue bomb thingy that has Waluigi cap on it. But you can see that the cap doesn't fit at all in the graphics with the rest of the game. And if you look at this picture, it is actually the same cap that is just removed from Waluigi's head and copied and pasted into that picture, clearly fake. If you look at this picture, you can see that Waluigi doesn't match with the graphics at all, and the purple prices here, that's the most real picture we have, but it was admitted that this was an April Fool after all, so it destroyed the hopes of many people, including me, because this looks very real. This could actually be real, but unfortunately it's only an April Fool. So everything we're left with is RCS2401's way to unlock him, since we have actual pictures here that looks real. Now for the third part of the video, some clues and evidence and hints and tips of things that may lead to Waluigi, or secret messages of Waluigi's existence. Now, let's start off in the park, outside of the castle. The bushes are formed as L's, or they could be upside down L's as well. What could this mean? Also, in the minigame room, there are different dots on the floor, with 4 different colors. One of the colors is red for Mario, one of them is yellow for Wario, one of them is green for Yoshi and Luigi, and there's also purple dots scattered around the floor. Could this lead to Waluigi, or could it be just a coincidence? There's also an evidence that on the minigame screen, when you select the minigames, the left side where you select which character you're gonna choose, that row is filled with stuff. On the right side there are the arrow, on the bottom right you have like the return, but on the top right there's an empty area that could fit perfectly for another face that possibly could be the place for Waluigi. You can see an example right here. You can clearly see that this is fake, but this could possibly be the place where Waluigi's face is gonna be located. As you can see, it fits perfectly. Then we come to very strong evidence, and that is in the manual of Super Mario 64 DS. In the section where the minigames are explained and the rabbits, there's only one picture of a rabbit, and that is a blurry, a bit unclear picture, and the color of the rabbit is actually purple. It looks purple, at least, as you can see on a picture right here. Now, there's a lot of speculation around this, because one theory is that this is actually Mario's rabbit, not the purple, but the pink one, the red one. But it's a little unclear, and the graphics and the quality is messed up, so it is actually pink. That is one theory. Another one is that this is actually Waluigi's rabbit, or a purple rabbit at least. That is from the Japanese version. Because people think that Waluigi maybe is in the Japanese version, and when it was ported to American and European, Waluigi was removed, but they kept the manual the same, they just translated it. And therefore Waluigi's rabbit is still in the manual, but not in the real game. That is one theory. Another theory again is that this manual was actually made in the early stages of Mario 64 DS, and therefore Waluigi was in that game in the beta version, just like Luigi was in the early stages of Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. And therefore they didn't change it, they forgot to change it, or they didn't want to change it, or anything, they just didn't change it in the final version, and therefore you can see Waluigi's rabbit in the manual, but it was removed in the final game. That is also one theory. Another theory is that it's just a coincidence, just a messed up picture, just something they did wrong, something that went wrong when they took that picture. But it is a little mysterious that the picture is a little blurry, it's a little unclear, and you can see that it is purple. It is purple. Are they trying to hide something here, or what is actually the reason for this? Then of course we have the famous two-dimensional black box that you can see on the title screen. You can see it on the picture here. It is a two-dimensional black box that you can see on the right side of the castle, but when you play it in real game, you cannot see it. It's not visible, it's not there. And some people think it's a window or a hole in the wall that you can enter somehow. That's a hint to Waluigi again. So in the end now, I just want to tell you that I went through far back in my inbox to find these pictures again, and the messages from RCS2401. It's a whole bunch of them. And as I said, he's not English, he's from Spain, and it's hard to understand him sometimes, especially when he writes like this. When I asked him questions, he wrote a lot of weird things. It's just weird. I'm gonna read one of those many weird messages to you right now. I can't remember what I asked him when he wrote me this, but this is what he wrote in one message. I believe that tape warms that I'm having won, not having entered the mirror, having gone to any game, I recommend you to take or catch. the level of the clock at 9 AM of pointing rock in the high thing with Luigi, because I realized that this game, in order that happened, or past the time, you do not have to advance the clock, you have to play a level, because once I went away with Wario without a cap, and for much that was advancing the clock, not Tapeworm, the Toad, his, her, your cap, but when Hobby had completed the level with Wario, the repent appeared. This way, that starts that you lost it in the Toad, because it turns out that Tapeworms that you lose the cap and catch a star. So as you can hear that he brought a little weird things. It's not really easy to understand. And what is he talking about? What is Tapeworms? What is he really doing? What is he talking about? And you see, it's hard to understand. I'm gonna read another message for you right here and see if you can understand what he writes. And I'll read it to you right now. Just again, before I read it, excuse me if I'm reading something wrong. It's very complicated to read, but here goes. Okay, do you know what I can fight against with Gift Flow with Yoshi? In addition, I have defeated the King Goomba with Waluigi, and she says the following thing to me. Who are you? Since you have entered, the one who sure has stopped. You have tan impulsively as this Mario's having a large mustache, tiny one, but I do not have to worry. My sequest is finished of capturing it when traveling VAT tan Distrado, though this way any that tramples on some of ours will end it being sorry about it. This way that starts running, because I'm going to squash you. Defeated? Oh, not this time if that makes me defeated, since it's possible that this don't anyone me find defeated in end purpose. We will never know the crux of, because Goombas always we fail. Bore, long me out of here. As you could hear there, I read a lot wrong, but you could see the text and you could read it yourself, and you can see how weird it is. What is he actually talking about? I can't remember what I asked him, but it was something like, what did I do wrong, and how is Waluigi, what is his specialities, what is his power flower abilities, and this is what he gave me. And yes, it's very complicated, it's very mysterious, or everything around this with Waluigi. If you have any comments, if you have anything you want to ask me, if you have anything to add to these theories, if you know other theories or other evidences, other hints and clues about Waluigi, then post it in the comments below. Also, if you apparently have unlocked Waluigi, then of course tell me, but please, if you do that, give me proof, give me pictures, give me a video, give me anything. Not just text, but pictures, yeah? That is the best thing to do. So that's really it for this time. I used a lot of work in this video. If you could click that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more of Waluigi, then comment below and tell me, because I will do it if you want me to do it. And if you want to see more of me, then click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I will see you all on my next video.